So then tell me your opinion on the Rhode Island
Okay, so
food.
I don't have a good opinion because my family lives in South County. And South County has a dearth of Italian food. It there's actively bad pizza, and I don't understand it because I'm like,
there.
South County might be the most boring part of Rhode Island.
that's an opinion. I don't know if I'll agree. That one I might not agree with, but I need to explore more of Providence because I think the Italian food here has just got to be like
it's the
unreal.
hidden gems, the old places that you never thought about, like Twin Oaks.
Yeah.
Sienna's actually got really good food, but it all depends sometimes.
Yeah, Sienna's
I gotta
Twin
try
Oaks is
them out
great.
more.
Yeah.
So the hill has kind of gone downhill, but like Venda Ravioli is like probably the most popular in the square there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What? Massimo Panevino?
There it is. He'll tell you. He'll tell you. He'll tell you all the.
Yeah,
the good
you know
food
the
spots.
real ones.
I know the good ones.
Okay.
But yeah, but
I'm gonna have to give it a
so
shot.
yeah, so
Have you ever heard
when
of
you do, you gotta let us know.
I will.
Olive Garden?
Oh, my favorite.
That's my
Just
favorite.
kidding. I've actually never been
Unlimited
to an
soup, salad,
Olive
and
Garden.
breadsticks.
I literally just fell for that. You've got to be kidding. That's like in Friends. Are you a Friends fan?
Oh, yeah.
So you know when Phoebe goes Nestle Toll House,
Yeah.
and Micah goes Nestle Toll House.
Yes. It's
my
insane.
God. Literally, that is the same thing that just happened to me. That's embarrassing.
That was amazing.
Good, because I need content for my TikTok. All 3,007 of you. I love you guys so
then
much.
let's get it back to the fact that you think it's an opinion that South County is not the most.
I think
Are we
it's
on our
great.
So we're from Westerly.
Okay.
So we kind of grew up
That
in
is
South
South
County.
County.
So that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, of all right, this is another thing too. I know I'm like the Rhode Island guy.
Yeah.
I don't find Rhode Island that entertaining.
Oh, my God.
But
So
we grew up by
sad.
the beach, so like it's one of those things. When you grow up like on the beach,
Yeah.
you want the mountains. You grow up in the mountains, you want the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhode Island is just like, and here's the thing. My wife questions me this all the time. I'm always like, it's boring. She's like, what do you want to
Yeah.
do? And I'm like, I don't know, but I want options. She's like, but tell me what,
Yeah.
because we probably have it, but you just want it to be like on a silver platter handed to you. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's my thing on Rhode Island. The beaches are, I'm such a beach girl. So, like, the beaches are hugely important for me.
Yep.
But, so before we started coming to Rhode Island, we would go to Cape Cod in the summer.
Okay.
And then also living in New York, I haven't been very frequently, but I've spent some time in the Hamptons. And they're wildly different, Cape Cod and the Hamptons, and I prefer Cape Cod by, like, a long shot. I don't like the Hamptons that much. But both of those places are so busy, so crowded. You can't get anywhere in the summer. It's just like overwhelmed. The Hamptons particularly, but Cape Cod a little bit too. There's like a little bit of like a sceniness where it's like you're not really going out without like being accessorized. Like when I'm in Rhode Island, I like genuinely don't brush my hair for like 6 weeks. And I'm like, that's fine. Like nobody cares. We're just here to like be on the beach and eat fresh seafood and like surf and just have a good time. And so and maybe also part of it too is like I lived in New York City for 10 years and that is the opposite of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So it was like such a nice respite of just like there's nothing going on and that's kind of what I like. Like my mom would always be like, do you want to go like to a bar? And I'm like, no, I want to sit on the deck for like hours. So yeah, I don't know. I like that. I just think it's so pretty.
It is very, very beautiful for 3 months.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. That is fair.
I think that's really the problem.
Fall's great.
The fall is good. We've got some cider places. We've got like, I say cider places, but we got like, apple mills and orchards and places to kind of do stuff. But I don't know. I think it's just, I get like tired and bored of it, but I'm also kind of like a bit.
You've been here for a long time.
Yeah. I'm a bit of like an
needs
introvert
change.
in that way. Yeah. I like change. I like to,
Like
I want to
growing up.
travel more. I want to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, because growing up, the bedroom, everything, every couple of weeks it was changed.
Oh,
Bed was in
really?
a different spot.
Yeah, I always
that
switch my
bedroom.
This corner.
I'd get home, be like,
That's really
on the
interesting.
ceiling.
it's like time to change the bedroom.
I need
around.
that mirror in there. One day it was painted, 3 different colors. It was crazy.
I
You
love
got to
it.
try different colors. You never know what you're going to like.
I love that. Yeah, I feel that. I feel for me, it's not like I didn't grow up here.
Right.
But I imagine if I did, it could feel claustrophobic because it's a small state. We know this.
Right.
So then, hold on a second. Does your food allegiance lie in Connecticut?
Compared to what?
New England.
Like my food allegiance?
Yeah.
I mean,
Connecticut is a part of New England.
Listen, Connecticut.
So you
No,
can-
I know. I'm
Like,
saying the
is
rest
that
of
where
New
I
England.
I think
the best
technically
of-
would be.
Listen, Connecticut.
Do you prefer New England food or do you prefer New York food?
No.
Connecticut's
Hold
got
on.
good food.
Let me rephrase this then. Do you prefer Connecticut food over the other 5 states?
Yes. I gotta
Hold
say,
on. Let me just clarify. And you don't just mean pizza. You mean food in as a whole?
I think I might. I don't, because you get a little bit of all of it, you know? Okay, Connecticut pizza is outstanding.
100%.
It is
no
really
one can
good.
argue
Okay,
that.
fine. But
Yeah.
explain to me the clam pizzas thing. What is?
I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't fuck with that.
Because I
get, like,
can't
cheese.
wrap my head around that.
Yeah,
and Rhode Island's got a
that's-
lot of weird foods.
Yeah. Okay, Rhode Island does have some weird freaking foods.
We do, yes.
Okay, my hot take is, listen, Rhode Island has amazing seafood, as does Massachusetts, but like so does Connecticut. We are also on the shore.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And I do think you get a little bit more of that like New York influence, which has like, so I think if you want like, you know, different kinds of food, like I haven't found really good Asian food in Rhode Island yet.
that's fair.
But like you can kind of walk into a lot of like random Thai places in Connecticut and like you're going to get a good dish, you know?
Gotcha, yeah.
So I feel like you get a little more variety in Connecticut because of the New York influence. And I'm sure like outside of Boston, you probably get that too, just because of the city. But what was I saying? I don't even know.
We were
Rhode
talking
Island
about Connecticut
specific-
food, seafood is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Seafood.
you
Oh,
started with
I don't like stuffies.
Ooh.
I mean, I eat them,
You know
but
what?
like I
That's
don't ask
not-
for them by name.
Yeah, no, that's
As much
kind
as
of-
that is a hot take, that is stuffies are definitely a 50-50.
Well,
They're
Can
just
we-
like
it-
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And not much clean.
You got to be somewhat. You like. You have to be. That's more like a food for that. Like bridges the gap between people who don't really
Don't like seafood. Yeah.
Because there's like more like when you put so much
Yeah.
breading, and if you do it the Portuguese way or the Italian
Yeah.
way, like there
Yeah.
are a little. You know, there
Yeah.
are definitely things to it. If you could bring
Yeah.
another state to join us here in New England, and
What
to
a good
clarify,
question.
it means all the people.
Oh.
Anything else that is involved in the economy there, the driving, the
Everything.
prices, the food, everything has to
All
come
day.
with
Bring
it.
everything.
All day.
Everything. The weather, if there's a coastline, if there's
Okay.
mountains, it all comes.
It all comes. Okay. And I'm adding it to New England.
Yep.
Let me think about this. And it's the whole state, not
The
just
whole
like a
state.
city.
Yeah, not just like a
that,
city.
That makes it tough. I mean, part of me, this isn't gonna be my answer. Part of me wants to say New York because like when I say New England, I include New York because being in Connecticut, the tri-state area.
Right.
Not New Jersey though. I don't include New Jersey. There's something different. I know.
Fighting word.
This is
You
a
got
hot
offended
take.
over here.
This is where Connecticut and Massachusetts do not align.
Right.
But then I'm like, yeah, New England, whatever. And people are like, no, you're in New York City. That's not New England. I'm
That
like,
is
whatever.
fair to say when you go out of New England.
Yeah.
Because people genuinely geographically
They
do
don't
not
understand.
know.
They
Yeah.
don't
So that's fair.
understand that it's the 6 states.
Yeah.
What state would I bring? I mean, I've only been to Chicago and Illinois, but I really like Chicago, so I could. And they have really good hot dogs. They really do.
The deep dish pizza is
Yeah.
phenomenal too.
Oh, I don't
went
know.
to Chicago
I'm
once.
skeptical
I
on
filmed. Oh my god. Continue because I just blanked
Okay.
on what did I film?
I know it. I would bring Colorado. Colorado's
Yes.
awesome.
It is.
Colorado's great. I love to ski.
What part did you go to?
I was like in Denver and then like
Yep.
some ski areas. I've only been twice, but both times that I've been, I was once in the summer and once in the winter. So I saw both sides. It would have to be a place that had seasons. I don't know
Yeah.
how people live somewhere that
It's
doesn't
weird,
have
right?
seasons. My friend is from Vermont and she moved to California and she told me she no longer really has understands the concept of time. She'll be like, this thing happened. I don't know if it was like last month or 3 years ago because it's always the same. Like when I
Right.
remember it,
Oh,
it's
I
the
didn't
same.
think of that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's wild.
No wonder why they're all weird out there.
Yeah,
very
literally.
strange.
No, I would bring Colorado. They got like
Okay.
a good vibe.
Yeah.
They could like fit in with like the Vermont.
Did you get to go to the mountains?
Yeah.
Isn't it
It's
wild?
amazing.
So I joke when we talk about this question a lot because I always say that if you're from New England, like yes, we have mountains.
Yeah, but not.
But
We
then
don't have
when you
mountains.
go to Colorado and you go to like the
Yeah.
western part, it's like okay, those are
Yeah.
mountains. Yeah,
It
It's
makes
crazy,
me
right?
rethink. I like look at my Vermont mountains and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
they're cute. What's the most popular answer so far?
We haven't had
The only double up state.
Oh, wow.
was Florida.
Yeah.
The only double up
We've
state
had
was Florida.
Interesting.
Montana. We've had Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good question.
Yeah, it's always kind of just like unique to see because
Yeah.
obviously some people have traveled more than
Yeah.
others, but
Right.
I think at first like, people get excited because they're like, oh, bring me the California weather, but I'm like,
No.
everything's got to come.
Then you like California's too big.
Yeah.
It's too
It would
much.
overwhelm
Too
us.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's like
There's too
all
much.
of New England. Like
It's all of everything.
yeah,
It's so
I'm not a
big.
fan.
I want to say Hawaii.
Ooh, yeah, you can say that.
I did say that.
Someone did
Colorado
say-
or
Someone did say
Hawaii.
that.
Those
Yeah,
Hawaii
that's
is
fair.
just like
I think
It's a
Kayla,
great question,
Kayla
right?
said
You like
Hawaii,
that question?
right?
Great
I'm
question.
gonna think about that all.
Lovely
I'm gonna
question.
think about that all night.
It's a great question.
I could tell you
a great
I
question.
won't, but I could tell you which states I would not bring, and that would be an easier question.
That's a
Oh, yeah.
longer list.
Yeah. Well, we always joked because at first that question was proposed to bring a state to like
Yeah.
essentially add a seventh.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to bring controversy.
Right, right.
And then he asked it like the first 3 times. All right, we're getting rid of Connecticut. What
Oh,
are your
always.
fun spots?
Exactly. Oh, of course it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
It was
God.
bad. It became too much of like, okay, we know you're gonna get rid of Connecticut, so let's just add it. So you've taught me this, and because I don't pay that much attention, but the fact that Connecticut is the tri-state,
Yeah.
that's what gets me. It's like, okay, you can't be
We're
tri-state
both.
and New England. It's not
kind of
fair.
annoying.
You can't
Yeah.
have both.
Right.
Yeah.
Selfish.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
little pick me.
I have a question
Okay.
that I've been wanting to ask because you said your husband is from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So where does your sports team allegiance lie?
That's a good question.
Sorry, I've been using allegiance
as
a
a
lot
house.
as a house.
Yeah.
Because
as
that's
a
really what it
household.
comes down to.
Yeah.
Because if
as
he's
a-
a Vikings fan and you're a Pats fan, it's like, all right, cool.
So
But who gets the dominance of the house when it comes to sports?
this is an opinion people aren't going to like. I hate football. Like, I really hate, like, and I like
Shannon,
sports.
it was so great
Yeah, I know.
having you on.
It was
Thank you so
good.
much.
There goes the So New England Pod episode 19.
Literally. But I like other
that.
sports.
No, it's-
You know, like I like all sports
Hit a random
except
button.
football, you know?
Just
So
Forget about it.
it was a Paul Walker.
it's great.
You gotta give him that huck.
there we go.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh,
Exactly.
God. We need to get you more buttons.
Yeah.
So I think like the household is a Vikings household.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would like to argue that my dad grew up in Fairfield County, so I'm all New York sports teams. Cuz I just grew up with him. Yeah, so like Yankees, Rangers.
We gotta
Man,
add
you
that
take
to
like
the form.
you take like 2 steps forward and
Yeah,
then 2
and then I
steps
just
back.
come
I'm
right
like,
back.
I don't know where
Yeah, exactly.
because you love Rhode Island.
I do.
Vermont is beautiful, but you're a New
I'm
York
a New York
sports fan,
sports
but you
fan.
don't like football, and you're a Vikings household.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a mess.
What are you doing to us?
We gotta
right now?
add this to the form.
This,
If
you know
I
what it
knew
is?
this-
Is along with your
literally.
multi-talented, you just have multiple,
Personalities.
I
Yeah,
guess is really
exactly.
what it comes down to, which is really good. Since you're not a football fan, we'll
Okay,
kind of
sorry.
Yeah, we
seclude
can
the
skip
sports
that
stuff.
one.
But what we
Sorry.
will ask you is to rank our New England states
Oh my
in
god.
order.
Oh, okay.
Favorite to least favorite.
Favorite to least favorite. Okay. Favorite first?
Yes.
Favorite to least favorite?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I gotta go. Okay, I'm actually gonna go Rhode Island as my favorite.
There we go.
Hot take.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
Yeah,
episode.
and then we're done. Okay, I'm gonna go Rhode Island, and then I gotta go Connecticut. I gotta
Okay.
go.
That's the highest
Am I-
Connecticut's
Highest
ever been.
Has
Connecticut's
Connecticut
ever
ever been?
Highest Connecticut's
Has
ever
Connecticut
been.
ever gotten a medal?
I say this every time we ask this question. First and foremost, I never knew so many other New Englanders did not like Rhode Island. 'Cause
Rhode
this-
Island?
Yeah, because this was our first, what I consider viral
Yeah.
on our page, post.
Okay.
And it went for a while. And when I tell
Wow.
you 4, 5, and 6 was like Rhode Island, Connecticut, all in there.
Those
trust me,
people are nuts.
That's what I said. But it was a lot of them. So I was like, I'm
I
just not
disagree.
going to hide in those comments. I'm just going to like
I was one of them, and I live here.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Well, no, you have it at 3. So, but no, go ahead. I'm
So-
sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Rhode Island, Connecticut, Vermont. To be
Okay.
fair, those are all the states I've lived in. So like the bias is strong.
That's
Right.
fine.
But I did tell you that Vermont is prettier than Tuscany. So then, okay, so I haven't really spent any time in Maine, so I don't feel like super. But I've heard it's great, so maybe I'll put Maine next.
Okay.
And then listen, Massachusetts is great, but it's also like
It's
massholes.
Massachusetts. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put New Hampshire last because I wanted to go to Dartmouth and they didn't let me in. So fuck that
Take that, Dartmouth.
shit. Yeah, exactly.
You rats.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's my ranking.
Awesome.